Oh, hi, welcome to This is the Day, the series where I read my 5-year-old journal entries. This is my last week here in New Orleans from this house, so I hope that doesn't make you sad. I should be in Los Angeles next week, unless my plane decides to land somewhere else, in which case I will be recording from there. At the end of last week, 5 years ago last week, I had gone down to Miami for what was my grandmother's 70th birthday. February 1st, 2010. Back to NY. I've flown into the city too many times. The skyline seems typical. It used to excite me. I guess the familiarity should excite me now. I'm really a New Yorker, I guess. But I've been over that for the last year or so. It's interesting that I say I have been over being a New Yorker because this will be 2010, the last year that I'm in New York. And when I did leave a year later, enough had happened to really make me definitely be over New York. New York City is a place that can kind of do that to you. It can be amazing and yet make you hate it at the same time. New York, I love you, but you're bringing me down. February 2nd, 2010. I have a show on Valentine's Day. Don't have a date. Should be depressing. That's mostly the reason I took it. I did not have a date, but it was actually a nice show. There are videos of it that will prove that it was in fact a fun show. But I'm not going to show those now. I'm going to show them on the day of the actual show. I guess maybe you can get a teaser.
Nothing wrong with being sane if you can't find another way to be instead of
February 3rd, 2010. Me and Carlos have been working on a website. Could make us millionaires. Either way, it's giving me something to do instead of looking for work. This is a website we were trying to make that pretty much copied the concept of chat roulette, which is kind of crazy to think that chat roulette was 5 years ago. Ours was going to get rid of all the penises and have some more social functionalities. But then like 1,000 other companies tried to do the same thing, and I guess everyone realized that chat roulette was like this novelty website that people really didn't want to use for more than a week. February 4th, 2010. Carlos's birthday. He's 35. I wonder where I'll be at 35. I still don't know. I'm only 28 right now, so in 7 more years, I can answer that question. And this week, Carlos turns 40, because that's how time works. And he actually celebrated it here in New Orleans. I think that's the second person that I wrote about 5 years ago that happened to be in New Orleans exactly the same week that I wrote about them, but 5 years later. It might be a stretch, but it makes you wonder how many patterns can you find in the universe if you really look for them. February 5th, 2010. Doing a lot of research for the website. This thing better work. Spoiler alert, it did not work. I think this was around the time that the movie The Social Network came out, and we were like, yeah, we can make a website and make $1 billion, why not? And one day we would sue each other, and we would think fondly upon the old days when we would stay up late working on this project together, you know, even though we had absolutely no experience with web programming or design. February 6th, 2010. I am definitely suffering from seasonal depression. I am feeling extra blue. I think the sort of depression I was suffering here was called not being in school and not having a job and not having a girlfriend. Because as those things cleared up over time, yeah, the depression kind of went away as well. Not to undermine people who suffer from clinical depression, but yeah, sometimes it's definitely just a matter of circumstance. February 7th, 2010. Super Bowl Sunday. They say the commercials are the best part. Commercials make me feel even more disconnected from society. How can people believe this stuff? Who actually wants to buy these things after watching this? Can nobody see past the most simplistic marketing tactics? This is funny to read because I just watched the Super Bowl, and between 5 years ago and today, I actually spent a good amount of time working in advertising, and I have pretty much the same reaction to it today. Back then, it was more, I didn't understand this system. Now I understand how it works, but I'm still amazed that it works. I really can't believe that people can watch an ad and believe that the sentiment put forward has anything to do with the product itself. So my lesson for the week is, if you're watching a commercial and you believe that this company cares about, I don't know, women's rights or driving your SUV into the wilderness for freedom, just turn off your TV, take a breath, and remember, they don't know you, they don't care about you, they probably don't even care about their product, they really just want your money.